Hey guys, welcome to Pixie's World. It's your girl Pixie here. I am back with another video. I am still in Atlanta, but my video today is going to be about my trip to Atlanta. But first, I want to start by saying, can I get a hand clap? Because I made it past my 100 videos, probably 2 videos ago. So this might be 103. I didn't know that, so let's give myself a little silent hand clap. That's what's up. Y'all, all right, so my trip to Atlanta, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, epic fail. I should have never went on this trip with the girl that I went with, and it was just, it's not good. I am still sitting here at my aunt's house. So I had to kind of shorten my trip with the girls. I left them. I am here with my aunt. My aunt don't live far from where I was at. Well, she do live like a half an hour, but, you know, got an Uber. All right, so let's start. So, you know, my friend called me and said, you know, let's take a trip. The whole point of me being out on this trip was to make money. You know, I'm trying to move out my crib. I'm trying to get a car. You know, I know I've been saying that for a while, but, you know, that's the goal. So, you know, I was finally like, all right, I'm going to do something about it. This Philly money, not it. My friend was like, you know, let's go out there. Let's make some money. Let's go to some clubs. Let's this, and the third. We're going to come back with a bag. You know, we was balling on a budget. We didn't have a lot of money to spend. So instead of us taking a flight, you know, we drove the 12 hours. And, you know, we got split up the cost of an Airbnb. Let me start by saying this. I have not driven since 2017. I have my license. I had my license for quite some time, at least like 7-8 years. But I haven't, you know, I don't really have too much experience driving, you know. I don't. So, you know, I helped my friend drive. You know, I had food stamps. I helped, you know, not only did I put my food stamps in it, but I also helped with the cost of the rest of the food. I'm not gonna lie, the girls, they didn't have no outfits. I don't want to talk shit about nobody or nothing like that, but the bitches was crummy. The outfits they had was trash. Everything was ass. They did not come out here prepared. I gave out at least like 9 outfits that, you know, that I didn't wear no more, or just because I didn't want them to be out here not having nothing. Bitches was trash. Bitches don't know what to do, didn't do nothing. And the whole point of me keep saying that is because they don't have shit. And you always think it's like the people who look mean or look a certain way that be the ones that do nut shit to you. But I'm going to be honest with you. From what I experienced, it be the sweetest, most looking innocent ones that be doing fuck foul shit to you. And, you know, I didn't need them. They needed me. And you would think that, you know, they would come a little more correct. And that was just not the case. Well, now, I'm not going to say they, because one of the girls, she was chilling. But in her case, she didn't have no money to come out here. She still owed a girl money for the room. And, you know, just a whole bunch. I came correct with my shit, you know. Gave up money, helped with shit, cooked, everything. So, you know, the first night we gets here, when the girl I came with that invited me out is telling me that she was going to spend the night with some guy that, you know, I guess she's trying to move out here for him or whatever. She claims that, you know, she's supposed to be moving out here on her own, but she want to move in with him. So the guy, you know, she's like, oh, I'm going to spend the night with him every night. So I'm like, well, you know, how you going to spend the night with him every night when you came out here with us? You know, whatever. First night we went out, we went to the club. It was a little ghetto joint. I didn't know it was ghetto, but I made a nice little come up in there. You know, I came out of there with almost $200, like a 170. You know, I came out of there with a nice amount of money. It gave me vibes from Philly. Like, you know, obviously the people are different, but the overall atmosphere, it wasn't nothing new. It was just like I would be dancing in Philly. You know, it was all right. That was that or whatever. The next day, you know, the girl, all right, so the girl, that was the next day. So the next day, the girl, we supposed to be going to game night, and we supposed to be going to dance after that. The girl leaves us at 5 o'clock, 5:30, told her she'll be back at 7. Obviously, I knew she wasn't gonna come back at 7. You just left at 5:30, and I know you got to drive from place to place out here, so I knew, you wasn't gonna come back. The water got turned cold. The water was cold while we was out there, so we couldn't even really wash up like how we wanted to. So I asked the girl, can you bring us some dish detergent? Can you bring us some weed? Can you bring us this, and this, that? We calling the girl phone. The girl doesn't come back till 10 o'clock at night. At this point, I'm like, she come back. I'm like, did you get any dish detergent? No. Did you get any weed? No. So at this point, I'm like, well, you ain't come back with nothing. You keep saying this nigga claim he got all this money. And I'm like, you claim he got all this money, but you got to remember, we're the ones who got you out here. We're the ones who helped you drive out here. So now at this point, I feel like you got your own agenda, and you just used us to ride with you. So, that was that. And then, I asked her for the dish detergent. Now, mind you, I'm ghetto. I ain't gonna say I'm ghetto, but I'm from Philly. I've been through the struggle. So I'm like, you know what? It's cool. I'm just gonna boil some water. I'm gonna wash up like that, whatever. Then bring the dish detergent so we can wash any dishes to boil some water. So I'm just like, damn, that's corny. So, but she like, y'all still want to go out? No, we stayed up all night bored. And I was like, that's not right for you to leave us. I said, it's not like we in Philly and we can walk around the block or something like that, or, walk downtown or catch a little quick 10-minute bus and go to another hood. We don't know nobody out here. You took the car. I really can't drive. Why would you just leave us out here like that, fucked up like that? So, that was that situation. And then, so she stayed with us for a couple hours, and then the bitch leaves to go out again. Spends the night with him. So then we still don't got no dish detergent, so we still can't wash our ass. When it's time for her to come back, she like, oh, y'all ready? Like, basically, she wanted us to be ready so she could just pull up and we could be out. How are we going to be ready when we can't wash our ass? How are we going to be ready? So, now, at this point, she comes back. She leaves us hanging again. We still sitting there waiting. So, at this point, I'm like, yo, you're trifling. I told her, I was like, you're trifling ass bitch. And you grimy as shit. And I'm like, I helped you out this whole trip. I've been looking out. And she, oh, I appreciate that. And I'm like, well, obviously you don't, because you wouldn't be treating us how you did. You feel me? Now, the friend, she can't really say too much because she came out there broke. But I didn't. But, the other girl, she was sweet. The other girl kept trying to leave, kept trying to rush us, kept trying this, kept trying that. The girl would not leave me. Oh, you cool? You want me to wait for you? You want me to this? You want me to that? So she was cool. She was good money. She was cool. So, we get dressed. We goes to the mall. We go to the Greenbrier Mall, and we goes to the other mall. Now, I'm upset, though, because we ain't come out to this trip to just sit in a room all day and for you to go with your nigga. I'm like, you clearly had an agenda. Like, you should have just, oh, well, I didn't know you was coming. At first, you said you wasn't going to come. I said, all right, well, we here now, So at this point, all we did was go dance and go to the mall. I'm irked. I'm pissed. I didn't come to Atlanta to sit around. So we go to the mall. We come back. Y'all dancers. Anybody that dance, y'all know. Even if it wasn't dancing, even if y'all was just getting dressed to go to the next place. She's cooking now, and she's like, oh, well, can you be ready in a half an hour? And I'm like, how am I going to be ready in a half an hour? I still got to charge my phone. I got to put on makeup. I got to, you know what I mean? We just been running around all day, like, you know what I mean? So I'm just literally kind of this expressing, how I feel. And it is kind of like, oh, one ear out the other. Like, she don't care. She on her own agenda. So I was like, you know what, y'all guys, y'all go ahead. And I'm just going to stay in the house. Now, I don't know if I told you. Well, obviously, I said in the beginning of the video, I got aunt who live out here. They leaves. And, I was just going to rock out until it was time to go home. But I guess my aunt she had a real eerie feeling. So my aunt texted me and she was like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, not really. I don't want to be here. So she gives me the information to get to her house. And I basically leaves while they're going. So I leave or whatever. And now I'm at my aunt's house. The moment I got outside my fucking aunt door, I felt way more peaceful than I did the whole fucking trip. I seen my aunt. We cried. Now, mind you, this is my favorite aunt. This is the only family member who's been checking up on me since my mom passed away. every 3 days, every 2 days. She's the only person. Me and my aunt always been like this for whatever reason. You know, my mom was hating on our situation, so I never really get to get close to her as I wanted to until my mom passed away. So, you know, packed my bags, left, you know, whatever. It's now almost 2 o'clock, 2:30. I don't know exactly what time it is. I have not got no one call received. Oh, you good? You okay? Now, mind you, I'm not from here. Now, luckily, my aunt's out here, you know. Not one phone call to make sure I was cool, I was alive, nothing. And I literally been looking out this whole trip. So, I was going to catch a flight, but I came out here with suitcases because we was in the car. I mean, not suitcases, but like actual bags because we was in the car. I didn't carry like a luggage type joint, so it's going to be difficult for me trying to get on a plane. So I am still in Atlanta, but I am going to be taking a Greyhound, and unfortunately, I'm going to be on that Greyhound for a minute. But you know what? I just told myself it's time for me to think, come up with a master plan, game plan, rest, clear my mind, and all of that. But this trip was definitely an epic feel. It taught me a valuable lesson, which I kind of been knew from the beginning. Like, you got yourself. You been had yourself, and you don't need nobody. And I came out here to make money. Unfortunately, you know, I made a little bit. I made basically back what I spent. My Greyhound ticket is kind of going to be a lot, but it's a price I'm willing to pay to get home and be safe. I am going to start traveling. I told myself that, and I am going to start doing what I got to do, and I'm just not necessarily going to take nobody with me. Somebody said the direction they going in is not the direction you going in, and, you know, it is what it is. You know, people tell you they come out here to make money, and all they want to do is be around people who don't even really care for them like that, because the way how I see it is, if that man got so much money and he wants you to move out here and all this stuff, he could have paid for your flight. He could have paid for you. You struggling to even get out here, but that's somebody you want to spend your future with, I guess. But the trip definitely was an epic feel. I'm definitely going to come back out here because my aunt live out here now. I know how to get out here, even if I don't want to catch the train or a flight. I know that I can get a Greyhound now. So to be continued, I am going to try to plan another trip in the next 3 weeks to a month, so I can start making money. Philly ain't it. Ain't no money out here. I don't feel like wasting my time. But I am going to still trap a little bit just to get the money to go other places and travel and do what I got to do so I can get my car, my crib. As I said last year, my glass is half full and I half empty. I'm going to keep that positive mindset. I'm glad that I'm safe, and I'm glad that God got my back, and I'm glad that I got my back. Anybody who's new, welcome to Pixie World. Anybody who's old, thank you for continuing to show the support. And I got y'all. I'll see y'all on the other side. Happy New Year, guys.